me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What fi go to eat no money, what fi at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the year look rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste for must a man to statue. Say me like a cash you, but me got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, girl, and say that is not you. One day the man above him up, him a got up. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. The singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% free.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The urgent the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, the rapper, they down in our fever. Member bowl only and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like people them sell.
It burn me.
On them treat the market man.
It burn me.
On them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
On them treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
On them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
On them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
On them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again.
Stevie dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep. And some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona thief. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for we in Global TV. Check it.
Good morning, and welcome to your At a Glance program. Thank you for joining us this morning. Sorry about last night. I them there tickle and a tattle and I feel like somebody threw sand in at them. So I couldn't really look on the screens last night. It's still a bother me, but we'll get on with it. To my community party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, via subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning and welcome. Sharon Bernard, RJ, Jamrock, 8766, Sanjay Stewart, Beat and Teach. Good morning, Debbie Jarvis TV, good morning. Good morning. Who else is here? Ooh, Call Anvaz, please. Come and start get sorry for here now. No call on. We start get sorry for JLP MP, but more than all, me sorry for Ann. No call on for me now. Jason Kane, how are you? Veteran, wagwan, bro. Somebody call Anvaz, please. I beg. I want to know which part, which country, which side of wall, Marcia Gale. I want to know where Anvaz are talk about. And Andrew take on a new ministerial role. Now becomes Minister Tangible, Scarlett Harlot. Minister Tangible. Lord have mercy on Andrew Holness failing regime and just going around making vain promises, Prime Minister. Get to the point now. Well, look like you can't help yourself anymore. Hmm? It looked like the Prime Minister have malaria. And then it caused the Prime Minister fever to go so high, Prime Minister, that you just often get up and talk out of your head, Violet Watson. But we knew, I thought, even in a part of your pivoting statement, you acknowledge that you weren't the one who wrote the speech, because that speech, Prime Minister, convinced me from wrong, Rosemary. But your pivot sounds like it's written by either the World Bank or the IMF. Colin, could you clarify for us who wrote that speech that you presented and fumble your way through? But we're not going to get in your hour and of looting and shooting, Prime Minister. But we have like a part of you to deal with. But we will get to you when we get to you, because something is wrong with Andrew Holness. I think it's clear by now. It is well clear by now that the Prime Minister is losing it. When we think say Anvaz alone mad, madder than Anvaz that road. We don't call Anvaz no man. It don't look like Anvaz reach yet. Call Anne-Marie Vaz. Make we look for a few story till Anne-Marie Vaz come. Minister plenty. Cause you just a tap it up, so you just a tap it up. You just a walk and give us so. You just a walk and give us so, have it all, Prime Minister. The whole of Jamaica have underground tunnel like LA, you know. Because more and more we learn the Diddy story. We learn say the whole of under dot, the whole of under LA, how another city under there. Jamaica now have its own underground, because them your road ya them bus out ya where you see one whole another civilization under Jamaica road what we never know exists. And look like she all depend Molly Debbie. I know the white lady alone and depend and look like she all depend Malika and speak rubbish. Browse Paula Shelley Rosemary Samuels. I wonder if the Prime Minister tangibility come with some tangent glue, no Prime Minister. When you come with your tangible, come with some tangent glue, because we want it stick, you know. We don't want when we hold pan it drop off. We want it stick. Because I'm going to help my audience to understand this morning the reason why you come up beyond the World Bank and IMF come up with a tangible argument. A fool and I try to fool with. We don't think all the way done like Anne-Marie Vaz. We don't think all the way I walk and tremble and shake like Anne-Marie Vaz too. She says she's going to lose the seat. Anne-Marie Vaz, she reach here yet, so I can't tell if action and anybody can tell if action and reach yet. Can I really want to see action and, you know, because action and knows more about bull crap than anybody else you can ever think of. She can just chuck it out after you, so. That's what action and does. But I could look at few more story till action and come. And go hope the St. Elizabeth MP were responsible for silo to Balaclava main road, where me don't know if a Joe Biden authorized bomb to drop in there, but on the international scene before we chat along, the former Prime Minister and veteran politician of the United Kingdom, John Prescott, have died. Oh, how we wish it was Tony Blair. But for the children that you helped to kill in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria, John Prescott, we wish eternal torment for you. Hurry on, Tony Blair. We're waiting for you and George Bush round there. The criminal Joe Biden is taking out his anger on the children of Ukraine and Gaza. The Biden administration blocked a Security Council resolution to have a ceasefire in Gaza. At the same time, the same criminal Biden have authorized Ukraine using America long-range missile to hit deep in Russia. Oh, how closer to nuclear war we're getting to, because that is what Russia is exactly threatening. If that happens, it will be an onslaught. This is the bitterness of Biden and the giggling, cackling, laughing Kamala, because they couldn't get it their own way for a killing field. What they are doing is rather turning up the war, leaving it for Trump. Oh, how grateful we are that America did not elect the murderous, ranting, giggling Kamala Harris. Back to the Jamaica cronies. Back to the Jamaica murderers. Hold on there. I'm waiting for something to come into my studio that has not yet arrived. Let us move on. So we hope St. Elizabeth say the whole day, because it's deeper than the one where the man John didn't have to fly green with you, you know. This is underground. This is another civilization underground in Jamaica that we weren't aware of. Tunnels under our roads. And at them little peke, them have where drive pan, them have big truck with marl, sand and brick a drive pan. You see more and more the roadways of Jamaica is really a disaster waiting to happen. The only way the disaster is limited is because people know the roads that they're driving on. Otherwise, it's just disaster put on there to take up anytime. The condition of our roads across the country is dire. It is dire. Getting out of hand. And from last year, November, a year ago, we were promised 40 billion. Which has been topped up by 5 billion in order to do the utility corridors, as the Prime Minister put it. Not a dime from that 45 billion has been spent. Not a single dime. And this is a year ago promise. Last November, he made that statement at conference. His spark. And do you know that they're coming up with a new word? There's a new word to call, because you know you have spark, you have reach, you have share, and there's a new one coming on stream called care. Lord Jesus, you don't feel mad with word. So it's spark, share, reach, and care. Lord Jesus. I'm gonna write them in the comment. Right? And all the talk about with acronym, you know. Acronym government. Acronym government. And you have one new one when just launching at the pivot name Aspire. Lord Jesus. If you don't see the government you walk on mad with acronym, what can you show us, Prime Minister? That's why you come with the tangible argument, you know, but I'm going to break down your tangibility this morning. I'm going to tell the people them why you come with the tangibility to fool them. Because the tangible argument is to fool the people. And you now get away with it this morning. Convince me. Want to reissue a 2-year license this year, January, for United Island Gas to continue their drilling, both onshore and offshore, for their oil exploration. Are we having earthquakes, or the recent rapid motion of earthquakes and landslide we're having in Jamaica? Is it a consequence of the drilling and fracking? Because I'm telling you, you know, the Prime Minister keep pushing the word climate change. One of you take note of the Prime Minister and the word climate change. Is there any relation with the drilling, the landslide, and the earthquake every other day? You don't notice all of a sudden, every other day we have earthquake. Jamaicans, you need to know where the onshore drilling, the onshore drillings are. We need to know where on the island they're doing onshore on land drilling, because they're drilling out of sea in the Calibre zone, and they are also drilling on land. We need to know more from Darrell Vaz. We're having too much rapid earthquake back to back, too much landslide back to back. This don't sound safe to me. I know I know there was one yesterday as well, but believe you me, especially since Beryl, I think we've lost count of earthquakes. And I think Trinidad felt this one too. Exactly why mostly in Portland. I think this is getting serious, because we can see different motions what we never really used to in a certain type of way. We hope of them big rock can roll out a mountainside. These back-to-back earthquake. Gloria Morris, how are you? Janet Jones. Yvette Gonzalez. Canadian girl, Wagwan. Blue Waves. Sharon Bernard. June Plum. Ransford. Something is not right. Lawrence Wood. Paula Shelley. Me don't trust what is going on in our country, because since them do them new drilling this year, since them sign them new drilling contract license this year, because them have a 2-year license where go expire 2026, and them probably renew it after, because them not invest so much money if them not say glory what them a look for, even though we know them find the island and hide the Sharon Pier. But this is a worrying trend because we know we leaders them always do things around us that we are not aware of or what is happening. We just a lot of the time end up with the consequences of it. And I think people need to start asking more questions because I think I've never seen earthquakes so back to back. Lost count now. I don't understand what this means, but maybe Colin Bell last week's show explains it. The economy dipped by 2.8% during July to, I think, September, yes. So, them are blaming it on Hurricane Beryl. But never mind. Andrew is always going to start to have and find him get out card them. Yes, that was the useless, wicked America vetoing, giving Israel all clear to continue massacring children. This old man Biden should go to prison and die there. Kathy, how are you? Oh, Gordon, how are you? This old man Biden should go to prison and he should die there for the amount of baby being killed. Can't wait to see the death of George Bush, Tony Blair, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Sarkozy, Macron. The whole of them, they're murderers. They are. Prime Minister Tangible and must reach by now. We're sorry for Anne, you know. We mean, when we say we're sorry for Anne, we don't mean play sorry for Anne. We're talking about good sorry for Anne, like, you know, the what can go so, the passa Anne. Yes, the what can go so Anne. You're no more action Anne. Your what can go so Anne. Action Anne is no more. It's what can go so Anne. Let's listen to Anne. We've heard this before, but this was too many blunders, and I'm sure there's more blunders in Anne's Sunday night speech, which still are yet to be identified. But let's look at the rub your hand middle on the corner blunder. Then we'll move on to another identified blunder.
In the morning, short people for success, and we know that. So I am going to appeal to all my youths here. Yes, you can walk on and rub your hand little, but that's how when you come from school and put something in your head. We education. In the morning, short people for success, and we know that. So I am going to appeal to all my youths here. Yes, you can walk on and rub your hand little, but that's how when you come from school and put something in your head. We education.
Yes, that is and what can go so. We're going to move on to something that I'm yet to understand. So I'm going to have to play it, then ask what can go so and a few questions.
That's what you did.
And tonight, I want to make a special announcement. For the first time in the history of Port Antonio Hospital, a family has donated a baby incubator to the hospital. No other hospital in this side of the world has a baby incubator.
What can go so?
You know, after listening to this, you want to sing Abide with Me, Fast, Fast the Evening Tide. Right. Oh, God. Show a labor right, they chanted. Come here, Jesus. They chanted, shower labor rights. But because he said we answer I know anything in a book, it's hard to remember. So I cannot memorize this thing. I've been listening to it from yesterday. And believe you me, I cannot memorize it. So I'm going to have to play it and stop to ask her the few questions that I have, because for a long time, at first I find it so difficult to memorize. Jesus. And what can go so? No, sir. She's serious, you know. Me no know how to do it in a slow motion, need to teach. Judgment. No, sir. Ooh, murder. Christine Gilbert. What can go so on? All right. Look at the young lady behind her. That was the young lady, I think that was the chair. That was the moderator for the whole session. Look how the two of them are stare on with this stupidness. Just look careful.
Let's watch this video.
And tonight, I want to make a special announcement.
Right. She said, hey, Jesus, she wants to make a special announcement. Special, you say, no? When it's a special announcement, it's something unheard of, something new. You're not used to this. You never see that before. You never heard of it before. A special announcement, she said. Go on there.
For the first time in the history of Port Antonio Hospital.
For the first time, she said, in the history. Is there anyone here that knows Port Antonio Hospital? For the first time in the history, she said, of Port Antonio Hospital. Because we have to do it 2 word by 2 word, you know. Hey.
A family has donated a baby incubator to the hospital.
A family, she said, has donated a baby incubator to the Port Antonio Hospital. Jesus. Deliver labor from a broken spirit and a defeated heart. Because that's why it's so confusing. You know? Broken spirit, defeated heart is the only thing that could explain the confusion, Anthony Morgan. True love. Nothing else can't explain that galangin.
No other hospital in this side of the world has a baby.
No other hospital in this side of the world, she says, has a baby incubator. And that's where a litany of questions come in here, Miss Anne. What can go so on? Right. You mean in this side of the world, as in East Portland or Portland or that part of Jamaica? Or you mean that part of the Western Hemisphere? Because you include the world, you involve the world in there, and So at this is my confusion. All right. You could not say nowhere else. No, Lord Jesus, play it back way. It's hard to memorize. It's really hard to memorize.
No other hospital in this side of the world have a baby incubator.
No other hospital in this side of the world. This is my problem. This side of the world part, Miss Vaz. If you said no other hospital in this side of the east, Portland East or what? I don't even know my geography right now. The world, though, Miss Vaz. The world. And that make me confused, you know. And the world where you use no other hospital in this part of the world. I saw it go. Have a baby incubator. You mean you're involved all Britain, America, Cayman, and all of them places there, Barbados, and such like and such a forth? Cuba will have good health care regardless of the 70 years of economic sanction. Where are you talking, Miss Anne? We want to know where and who, which side of the world you are talking. I mean, the East Portland side of the world, the Jamaica side of the world side of the world, the Western Hemisphere side of the world. We want to know. Because maybe picnic at school go repeat it, so you know, Miss Vaz. So you have to think when you talk. But people have a habit of writing speech, give on JLP, MPs, and Prime Minister, and just pushing on a hand when you now walk up on the stage. So you don't have no time to study it. So when you just go up there and make a fool out of yourself, come and say Andrew Holness all up there pivot, like him a play netball for sure, how we're going to pivot Prime Minister to the next chapter. How East Portland people make such a fool mistake? By allowing Anne to go to Parliament, go represent them by saying present? Is that what you all deserve, people of East Portland? So present, so? And on a Christmas? And not in the paper? No, man. Jesus have mercy. Boy, what's it ever happen? Whatever happened to Jamaica after COVID, during COVID, because that's when Andrew lump a pack of dunce on the country, you know. That was when Andrew litter the country with dunce. And see the consequence of it there. Prime Minister will show we how to play netball in him next move to economic tangibility. But come with tangent glue to Prime Minister. Come with tangent glue as well, because we want when we touch it and feel it, it stick. Because this guy regularly takes us for fool. And think that when him a talk to we, in a big word them, we don't and we don't have a clue of what is going on. Let's listen to the Prime Minister tangible argument.
Other renewable solutions will not only lower cost over the long term, but will also reduce our dependence on imported fuel, making energy prices more stable and predictable. Furthermore, we will promote public-private partnerships and incentivize investments in green technologies. Our goal is to make Jamaica a leader in energy innovation in the region, ensuring that affordable, reliable, and clean energy powers our economy. Now, it's not in my speech, but I will remind the audience that we have signed an MOU with Canadian Nuclear Laboratories to further develop Jamaica's capacity in nuclear. I know that it is a controversial topic, and anything we don't fully understand, we will be doubtful of. But I say to Jamaica, it is better to be prepared, that should the technology evolve to the point where it is easily deployed, where the safety of the technology is comparable to any other form of energy, Jamaica should be ahead of everyone else in being able to use the technology here. Jamaica has had a reactor, a small reactor, a slowpoke reactor, for many years at the University of the West Indies. So we do have some capabilities in nuclear. But I think we should invest more in that, seeing that we already have the advantage there by having this reactor at the University of the West Indies. And nuclear is not only about energy, it's also about agriculture, it's about environmental protection, it's about medicine as well. So we are going to develop our capabilities. It may be 10 years before small modular nuclear reactors become easily deployed in countries like Jamaica. But consider this, Jamaica made a positive decision to transition from heavy fuel oils to LNG. We took that decision in 2009. 2009. And we have only made that transition maybe since 2014. So consider the time it will take for us to make the decision now, put the policies in place, get the people trained. You might very well be in alignment when the technology matures. So these are things that we have to be thinking way in advance for. This is not going to win votes today, but Jamaica will be better off for having the capability, even if we don't use it. Now, we're also moving forward with our integrated waste management program on a phased basis. The first phase.
This is what you define as a mouthful of nothing. The Prime Minister went on a tirade of supposedly men know whom arm, but we know it's the policy sent down from the IMF or the World Bank. This is not a policy of the Jamaican government. No, the people them, your master them want to help to convince us. So let's get into the tangible argument, Prime Minister. Because what you said is that, hold on there, see there in the third paragraph, hold on things, stop the winding and winding around yourself and stay where you ought to be. Hold on. Right, stop there. Good. In the third paragraph, the second to last line, or if you want to read the third paragraph, the new policy statement comes after a decade of economic stability and represents the government focus on pursuing growth that creates tangible benefit for all Jamaicans. So what the Prime Minister is basically telling us is that this whole economic success that I have been telling you about, because I can't do all of them plan for Conway, you know. Oh, you have not seen it. Because you see, because it's stabilizing the economy, getting our books right. That is the intangible part, because you see, the tangible things, it's something that you can see and you can touch. The intangible one, it is something that's there, but you cannot touch it. And I use property law to explain that to you, more so intellectual property or just property law in general. You have a house, you have a car, that is tangible property, something you can see, something you can touch. This phone is a tangible property. You have intangible properties such as copyright, intellectual copyright, the software ownership, shares, insurance policy, and all those things. Those are intangible properties because they exist, but you cannot see them and you cannot touch them. So basically what the Prime Minister is saying to us, all this economic success and glory I have been telling you about, that's the intangible part. You cannot see it, you cannot touch it. But we have fixed the books and get things right that can put us on a growth footing, and now we are going to propel. Remember, though, keep in mind that the Prime Minister said to us in February of this year, we have gotten the economy right up here, the Easy Jerk world, and we're going to start sharing it with you. Them tell we, oh, them have money. Dr. Tufton said, and the money are the problem. We see the Prime Minister is littering out billions of dollars, even though they're still yet to start spend. So what the Prime Minister is saying, Abena Sarkozy, the Prime Minister is saying, I'm going to make sure that the economic growth, you the people, see it and touch it. My issue, though, Prime Minister, I would want you to explain what those tangible benefits will be. Because it's an admission, you know, Prime Minister. It's a further admission that this great economic success we are frightened about you're admitting it's an economic prosperity in the cloud. This is why, Prime Minister, we're not able to see it or touch it or feel it for that matter. So now an election is coming and it look like the Americans them want you to carry out a particular agenda in Jamaica. Remember, you know, at them same one told us in Miami Herald how great a success and what them call it, superpower of the Caribbean. The London Financial Times also told us Nigel Clark is an example of economic success. The Jamaica figures, though, prove otherwise. So, uno and the IMF and the World Bank are come stitch we up again for telling us, say, uno come give us something for feel and touch, come with glue, Prime Minister. Because we want some tangible glue, so when we see the tangible things, them, we glue ourselves to it, because we know we take it back, you know. We know the thief, and we know we take it back. So not just come with tangible, we want tangible glue too, because we want glue itself to the tangible benefit that will come. But let me tell you something, Prime Minister. If the tangibility is about involving your needs, we will stay hungry. We don't want it. The better sensible lot of us is not going to get into the DNA warfare and the spying and snooping on the nation warfare, the controlling of the nation warfare that you all are issuing in. Not all of us is going to accept it. A whole heap of way out here plan for now. There's an awful lot of us out here planning for now. So don't get confused or tricked by the Prime Minister telling you, we're going to pivot, he said, to the next chapter. We not follow you. We followed you. We follow you during COVID. See where we end up. And you want benefit out of COVID. You and the multinational and Dr. M, man, they market me and just a walk and a dash out COVID money, so. And you and Floyd Green and Pernell Charles, and Desmond McKenzie, burial benefit. And you want to carry our next chapter with you? There's a man that was explaining this morning. He said the first chapter of a book is the easiest chapter. Because most book you will read, chapter 1 is an introductory chapter to what you will find throughout the rest of the book. But the more chapter you go through, the more harrowing the thriller gets. Isn't it, for those of you who read novels or true crime stories or whatever? The further you get in the book, Prime Minister, is the more harrowing the thriller story gets. So how then you want with to follow you past chapter 1? I want the Jamaica Labour Party. I want to ask you this question to the Jamaica Labour Party. You remember when Edward Seaga became unpopular, hugely unpopular within the country and within the Jamaica Labour Party? You remember that you, the same Jamaica Labour Party, refuses to vote for him. And that kept the Jamaica Labour Party out of government for 18 years. It is the same trajectory that Andrew Holness is taking the Jamaica Labour Party. He has become unpopular across the country. Day by day, he's becoming more and more unpopular within the party. Seaga brought the party down with him, and you were in the cold for 18 years. The protege of Seaga, Andrew Holness, is doing quite much the same. Just like in a Seaga governance, the crooked banks, them like the Cross Criz, the Eagle Group, get away with murder. Same way under Andrew Holness regime, Crosscree again gets away with murder, and this time strip Bolt of his earnings and life savings and run off with it, and Nigel Clark run off like, oh, that just did not happen. It just did not happen. Make we remind Portland youths, the people of Portland, why and Vaz cannot be tolerated for another day past the next general election.
I'm Isa Buchanan, attorney at law. They say context matters, and here's the most important thing, and I'm appealing to the youth across Jamaica. Messaging is so important. It cannot be overstated, the value and the importance of education. You are to use your time wisely inside of the classroom and outside of the classroom. The result of bad advice when it comes to good education is what you see behind me. And I just want you to pay attention, use your time in school to be the best version of yourself. And that includes being doctors, lawyers, pilots, engineers, entertainers, and the sky is the limit and impossible is nothing. Don't ever forget that. Bless you.
Sorry about that. We did run the kitchen because I say, you see, anybody tell you no other than a judgment I have no to do, them a lie too, no. Anybody who live in England and them not tell you say a judgment are going out a door, trust me, they are lying to you. So, me I do my chicken foot and my broad bean because I say can't damn too much red peas. I may cook heavy food for the cold today, so I do some chicken foot and broad beans too. Hey, is it freezing? Oh, that's something I always behave badly. Hold on there. Right now, and I move. So, I only hope the youths of Portland do not follow the nonsense of this woman. And none of them no go to school, go report to say a one incubator in the whole Western world, and it's a family donated to Port Antonio Hospital. I only hope children don't walk and talk, he say something go so.
Let's watch this video.
And tonight, I want to make a special announcement. For the first time in the history of Port Antonio Hospital, a family has donated a baby incubator to the hospital.
Look on the woman where sit down next to the palm tree face. No, seriously. When you look if the look on the woman face, and if the woman face now say, what the fuck is Ann speaking of? No, sir.
Let's watch this video.
And tonight, I want to make a special announcement. For the first time in the history of Port Antonio Hospital, a family has donated a baby incubator to the hospital. No other hospital in this part of the world has a baby incubator.
What can go so?
And you know, say she not have no shame. Let me tell you why she don't have no shame. She not boast on something where the government do, you know. This and not boast on something where the government do. And I talk about something where a family look and said, Jesus Christ, this government have failed. If something goes on me, just attack. I mean, I know if it goes so, you know. The way all this story is spooky and me can't believe say it goes so. They work in her office. Them know a lie. So yeah. Seriously? They work in her office. Them know a lie. No, sir. No, hear the worst part of it. This is not something that the government do that and go on stage a boast pan. If it happened and we talk hypothetically that it happened, and you know no shame, we go on stage and talk say one whole big government in the whole Jamaica or in the whole of Portland is a family of a sorry for no and buy no one baby incubator. And Dr. Tufton say, money no way problem. Tell them, say no. Minister Plenty just a walk and a issue things so. And wanna make a family and buy a baby incubator and you know shame. You walk and talk it. Huh? Baby, the 22 million. The 22 million where you go get, pay back the people them for the baby incubator. Make we say the baby incubator come out of the constituency development fund money or the constituency cleanup money. Pay back the people them for them baby incubator. Not too cheap. So hold on there. Jesus. I have a question for until a week. In this part of the world. No. Whoa! In this part of the world, you know, And a part I can't get out of my brain at all, at all. This part of the world part. Jesus! No, sir. Hmm? Boy, Jamaica people born for meat.
Let's watch this video.
And tonight, I want to make a special announcement. For the first time in the history of Port Antonio Hospital, a family has donated a baby incubator to the hospital. No other hospital in this side of the world has a baby incubator.
What?
Okay, and so which part them get if you buy? No other hospital in this side of the world have a baby incubator. I don't know, if a China them buy it. I figure anybody can find out what the people them buy the baby incubator. Jesus, keep Jamaica people near the cross. Because certainly we need something to hold on to and grip on pan. That's when we buck up in these people. We not falter because a be galangin we buck up in when we buck up on them people. Yeah. But I'm going to play a police incident for you that is on Moby Choi Facebook page and tell me your opinion of it.
Show you warrant now. Show you warrant now. Where you say warrant now, Fiab? Where you say warrant now, Fiab? Warrant now, Fiab? No, show you warrant now. Show you warrant now, my boss. Show me warrant now. Show you warrant. You say warrant now, Fiab. You say warrant. You say warrant now, Fiab, my name. Where will I come from? Yo. Where you come from? Bad man, so you are this. Who him from? Who? You do some right. You do some foolishness that take place in the house. Who?
Excuse me. People in the house. We have babies in the house. We have children in the house. We have babies in the house.
We need reinforcement. Come on, call the rest of you.
Call the reinforcement because we have babies in the house. That's why people always say I have bad police.
You want to pay for my boss?
Is there anyone aware of any law called foolishness? Because I heard him said, we believe foolishness are going in other house. Is there anyone that's aware of any law called foolishness?
For a house full of children, for a house full of children, as young as one, be a bad man police. Nobody no want to show them ID, nobody no want to tell them name, nobody no want to do nothing. Be a bad man police.
Look how God goes. That picture don't take care of the man.
Be a bad man, only baby.
Call the machine.
Be a bad man police. For a house full of baby.
You want price have you there?
As young as 1 year old babies are in here. Watch it, bad man.
Hey, cover.
Cover him. Especially this a bad man on here. So, bad man on
We don't have a problem pulling the grill. We don't. But that is not how we do the duty. That is not how we do the work. I will not stand by and know it's wrong.
The easy jerk world police brutality is never old.
The boy.
Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down.
Look here, me go stop beg for the 2 likes and leave it on no mind because me now have blood pressure over 2 likes. And I understand. Me now go raise my blood pressure over 2 likes. If you don't want to hit it, you don't hit it.
Move. Man, it's in your face. Sit down, dude. Hey! Why you abuse him? Why you abuse him? Why you abuse him? Why you abuse him? Why are you abusing him? What did he do? What did he do? What did he do? Why are you abusing him? Why are you?
You know, Sam.
You wouldn't believe that the same man will stand up a video them come for. The man wanna pose not threat to them and the way how them behave. But everything about Jamaica police, badmanism, unprofessional. But then again, if they're led by Dr. Chang, which is Jamaica's biggest illegal gun smuggler. Yes, Dr. Horace Chang, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, is Jamaica's biggest illegal gun smuggler. So how you would expect rather be Stone Crusher or the police them under Dr. Chang to behave any different? Ask yourself that question. Whether it's Stone Crusher or it is the police, why would you expect any better behavior from them? But on the pivoting people, don't go play netball with Andrew. Please, do not play netball with the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister wants to play netball with you. To pivot it to a new chapter. The first chapter isn't completed, because nothing the Prime Minister promised in the third chapter see there? Jesus. Anne-Marie Vaz, Sophia say 1982, when Fair cousin born, premature. That baby was in an incubator in Portland Hospital for a month. I don't know. But then again, come from Portland and you don't tour around Portland, you don't talk to the people of Portland. So you just make up things and could tell the people them. And I keep telling you, saying, I don't argue around JBC time when you could answer the idiotness them and nobody no facts check uno. Uno know so uno get facts check as uno go along. Why uno keep telling the blatant lie them in public? I mean, we overuse stuff for Andrew one them, but it doesn't make it any better. Dana Dixon is another piece of loopy, docile. She's almost drunk on the same thing that Favour is drinking or that Anvaz is snorting. Because Dana come with one new whole fashion and lie. And the problem with Dana Dixon's lies is that they're more irritating than Nesta Morgan lies. That is the worst part of Dana Dixon. It's even worse than her hair. Dana Dixon is not good at lying. And what I do not like about Dana voluntary lies. And when you see someone lies voluntarily, it's not a good liar. Trust me. People who you see lie voluntarily, they're not good liars. And Dana Dixon keep doing it, and she don't realize it's not coming through, darling. We're not listening to you. We're not hearing you. Because you're worse than Nesta Morgan. Dipsy as hell. Drunker than Favour. Higher than Ann Vaz and Crack. Lady, stop making a fool of yourself. Cry out for sickness like Dan Webby and go on back into the private sector. Cry out for sickness like Dan Webby. See, Duns Andrew can't find no Duns outer road. I mean, if nobody no one align themselves with Andrew. Andrew still can't replace the 2 empty Senate seats. Broken wing government. Same thing Siaga do to, you know? Same thing Andrew had go do to, you know? And this generation, this younger generation, they're going to take it to heart. They're going to punish you, know, bad. You understand? Very bad. But you are going to give it tangible things. You are going to make us see and feel economic success, economic growth. Because that's basically what the Prime Minister means. I'm going to let you see and feel economic growth. Prime Minister, no. Your economic growth scratch. It come with nickel. It come with maca and borbor, Prime Minister. Your economic brouhaha come with maca, it come with courage, and it come with borbor. So we don't want to get involved. It come with our double horse whip as well, Prime Minister. So every touch with touch, every ton with ton, same thing I got joke with, jam with, scratch with, papa finna with, or something. Leave we alone. Go on in peace. You have done enough. Go on in peace, sir. Sir, go on in peace. Even step down and make Anvaz run the country till another election. We don't mind, because sometimes a bit of fuckery can be good, or Dan will be sick for real. Sometimes a bit of effort can be good. You see, like with Donald Trump, good effort them sometime. You might need to step aside and make Anvaz leave the country until the next general election. It just cannot get any worse, Prime Minister. I mean, putting Anvaz there at this point, we have nothing to lose. And that I can guarantee you. That Prime Minister, I can guarantee. Just step aside and give Anvaz a chance. We want Anvaz and PJ Patterson to get the same Prime Minister salary. Yes. Step aside. At this point, you can use Anvaz, J.C. Hutchison. Anybody but you and your wife can run the country, Prime Minister. We'll settle for anything right now. Right now, if you put a nail until we say Prime Minister. But I want to say to Anvaz, me live, me will call you back when me done. I want to say to Anvaz in closing, no amount of lipstick, my dear, no amount of makeup or eyeshadow can stop us from seeing with our 2 eyes, my dear, that a pig is a pig, lipstick or not. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning on the Global Television Group, pivoting away with the Prime Minister. Don't know where we might possibly end up. If we might end up under one of the underground tunnels that we have in Jamaica that we weren't really aware of. Check if Diddy have anything under their hide. That enough to do. Because we operate underground tunnel what we never know about. Can tell me if I not tunnel them here. And the liquor strip. A strip where drive panning of people. But anyway, maybe sooner or later. Thank you all very much. Good morning and good afternoon from the Global Television Group.
I truly believe our political system needs some fixing. Too much you hear about corrupt politicians and nothing happen. Too much you hear about politicians who take away poor people money and none of them reach in jail. And to the young people at home or wherever you are, and to all Jamaicans, I have one question for you. Take a look at your communities. Take a look at the sliding dollar. Take a look at the failing healthcare and ask yourselves, where is the progress? Where is the progress that this arrogant and disrespectful government keeps talking about? With this existing callous government, matters have gone from bad to worse.